Lord Jesus, help us in the way you can. Like Spirit keeps saying, don't expose my entire life on the internet. I honestly don't know how to not do that. Like when something major in my life happens, like I want to tell people what I learned from it. And that is, and today I took off of work. So I'm sorry about myself, my attire and my dress. And I usually just don't come up like this. But I have something to say. You know what? I'm like really worried because when spirits say don't say nothing, that means it's kind of like don't say nothing. 1:44 on the clock. It's just like don't say nothing. And today I had something major happen. I wanted to tell y'all about it. Oh God, because you know what? I feel stupid. No, I don't feel stupid. I feel grown. I feel like someone tried to pull a wool over my eyes, and I feel like I captained that. So I kind of want to tell y'all about it. I just really do. God's source universe said, if you say something, everything you say and do today might impact your future. That's what they say all the time, though. Maybe I should keep my eyes, my mouth, my ears closed. That's just not me. I don't know how to do this. I feel so bad. I don't even know why my dog is jumping in the next room because he's not in his kennel. He's just doing it. We had like a heart-to-heart situation yesterday. Thank you for your confirmation. I hear that from the room. We had a heart-to-heart situation. And things are a bit changed. I'll tell you that much. I don't know what he felt, did, or saw, but he changed his mind on whether or not he was going to keep defying me or end up in the pound. Because if he kept that shit up, I couldn't. 404, I just couldn't do it. There's something about water signs. There's something about them that doesn't mean that there is trouble amidst. Because water signs are actually really goddamn sweet. I ain't gonna lie. They are really sweet people. I mean, they can be like having an ice cream cone in the middle of winter. I mean, they're really sweet. I ain't gonna say nothing. I do hate water signs. I still do. Don't get it wrong. I'm twisted about them. I'm a fire sign, so should I? I mean, at least until one of them changed my mind. But in general, as a people, and I mean it that way, I said it how I meant it. Water signs are they're really good. I really want to tell you my story. But it's so personal. It's probably something I should just keep to myself. Okay. All right. I thought about it. Okay, I thought about it. Okay, I thought about it twice. I'm gonna say it to you. 555. No, I'm not. I just can't tell you. I can't tell you because you know what? For once in my life, without telling anybody, I really kind of want to see how this situation plays out. Because it doesn't seem. Maybe in a few days I'll tell you about it. It's not today. But in a few days I will, I promise. I'll tell you exactly what's going on. I haven't been able to work out. It's been driving me nuts. Because there's been like these huge, giant knots in my biceps. Not in a regular place. There's still one here in my bicep. Oh God, I just want to rub it to death. Oh my God, right here. You see my thumb moving right there. You see the knot just going over the knot in my bicep. There's one on this side too. So I haven't been able to work out like I want to because these knots are driving me nuts. And it's making it when you stretch out those. And I have been working out, but a little bit at a time because when you stretch it out, this bicep irritation irritates the upper shoulder muscle, and I even reaching my arm up like this makes my bicep feel like it's going crazy. So, and then I have sciatica in my hips, which after it rains, I don't know what it is. It takes 2 days later, not the day of, but 2 days later, my sciatica goes crazy. So there's something in my back that's really irritated. And Spirit keeps saying, take a moment for yourself. Why don't you go get a massage? Can they really do something that I can't do? Probably. The parts of my back I just can't reach. I don't give a damn how damn flexible I am. I just am a do-it-yourself. I'm a Mr. Fix-It. So I fix myself. But I think I should probably go to a professional and get some of the stress out of my bicep, out of my back, out of my back muscle, stretch me out so I'll be more limber because I have been like dying of stress to sometimes where I can't move and it's been irritating me. Okay, so let me tell you a story, even if it's relevant or irrelevant to mine. He loves her. She loves him. Okay, let me rewind this. She loves me. He loves her. But he also loves her, him, her, another day. If you consider it like the proper way, is that an also love? Do they also love you as well? I doubt it. If you think about it, like you're just kind of a placekeeper to the person that they really love. I'm gonna have you right here because I got this person on the phone. I can get this person to be with me. So I'm just gonna have you right here, and it's gonna be us three. I think that's kind of the point that I've been trying to get across to people, is that life never works properly in a threesome. Have you ever seen three sides of a triangle? And you know what? According to, what is that theory? You can have two great things, but you can't have three. A triangle. So you can have good, great, and bad. Well, say bad and good, and then good and good, good and great, and then bad. So let's say God said, I can give you two of the three. What two would you choose? Good, great, or bad? Because some people like an equal balance of things. Like, let me put it like this. Okay? I'm gonna put it right here and I'm gonna draw it out for you. Say you're buying a property. And then give yourself as such. I'm so sorry. Can you give me one sec? I have something to do. And you live with all living. Okay, I'm so sorry. I had to check on my dog and make sure everything was okay. And he's okay. So, okay. So say your life is like a triangle. Let's say you're buying a property. I'm gonna show you this theory. It's really interesting because somebody taught me it once time. And they said on this end of the triangle you have great. On this spectrum of the triangle you have good. Okay, and then on this spectrum you have perfect. Okay? Now, what if someone once said you can have either spectrum of this triangle, but you cannot have all three? And one will lack at some point in time. That's kind of how life works. And I'm not saying there won't be bad trouble. I mean, truth is the best word. And chaos in between. I'm not saying that will not happen. But what I'm saying is, if you had the choice between each corner of the spectrum, what would you choose? What if chaos? This wasn't bad. What if this was chaos? And this was bad. So say you had, in order to get to perfect, good and perfect, and you left off great. What if you got from good to perfect, but you had to go through an entire stream of chaos to get there? What if you got from perfect to great, but you had to go through an entire stream of truth to get there? And if you have from great to good, I mean, sometimes people think, "Oh, my marriage is great," but I promise you, maybe you're married, maybe your wife thinks your marriage is good, and they're going to go through chaos to get perfect, which means that they're about to get divorced and this and that and the other to get there. Which two angles of the triangle would you choose? God says great things can happen in threes, but it happens like this: one for you, one for them, and one for me. That's how great things happen in threes. So if the person is praying for you, they pray for something good for you that happens, but if they pray for something bad, I mean, you may have to go through a little bad to get there. It depends on your karmic connection. Karmic and karma happens. Karmic happens in any way, shape, or form. So you have great, good, perfect. And then you have the truth. Then you have the bad. And then you have the chaos. So if you have to go from good to perfect, you have to go through a little chaotic situations and probably some karmic things to perfect yourself, right? Only perfect yourself, but know what you want, know what you love, know what you need. And then you go from perfect to, if you go from great to perfect, if you're at, okay, I'm in a really great place in my life, but I really want something else, you might have to go through some truth. Like, what do I need to change? What do I need to do? What do I need to say? How do I need to be? If you're going from good to great and great to good, then you may have to go through some like bad situations. It's kind of how life, I'm sorry, it's so bad, so bad. It's how life works, is that there's no all three spectrums of the triangle. Things happen in threes, right? So there's no all three spectrums of the triangle that is going to be perfect. So which spectrum of the triangle are you going to choose? Do you want to go from good to perfect? Do you want to go from perfect to great? Do you want to go from great to good? Sometimes a downgrade a little bit. It's like a downgrade at ego. Ego will continually control you. In one way or another. It's not something that you can get rid of. It's something that you have to put your soul into changing. Ego, I mean, ego can be depression. Ego can be drinking. Ego can be smoking weed. Ego can be anything. Every time you feel something, you do something in exchange. It's ego. To pacify that ego. I can't say I don't do the same thing. No one is perfect. But you have to stop pacifying your ego. If you want yourself to go from good to perfect, you have to stop pacifying your ego. That's the truth. If you continue to pacify ego, then that is exactly when ego controls you. Because every time you feel ego, you find something to pacify it. And it could be, and literally, when you feel that kind of ego, it's 9 times come out of like childhood wounding. And I'm teaching myself right now as I'm teaching you. Stop pacifying ego. Let yourself loose. Like, there's nothing better than the chaotic, perfect you. Don't pacify ego and don't let yourself to thine own self be true. So you're sitting there looking for a tarot reading to tell you what to do. It doesn't work like that. Because tarot is going to tell you about you. It's going to tell you about them. And it's going to tell you about your ego. I'm here to tell you how to get through tarot, how to get through to you, which is to stop pacifying ego. Tarot going to tell you, oh, they're coming back. That's ego. You're on the right track. That's ego. They're feeding into your ego. Even though I get pissed off as all get out when my readers, I get pissed off as all get out when my readers tell me, oh, look here, this is what you need to change, and this is what you're doing wrong, and this. But you know what? For once, no one's pacifying my ego. No one's saying, oh, it's going to be all right. I'm a little baby. I hate when I get bad readings. But I get bad readings, and I know those bad readings are the truth. They're not pacifying my ego. And that's the thing. And I'm going to change the title of this video to Pacifying Ego. Don't pacify your ego. That's the way you ascend. Is don't pacify it. Don't, if your ego says, I'm a people pleaser, stop pleasing people. You want to stop pacifying ego? Do the opposite of what ego says to do. You want to stop smoking? Smoke less. You want to stop drinking? Drink less. Ego says, oh, I need to drink. But that's a pacifier to whatever brought on that. What do I want to put on here? Trigger. That is it. So whatever your trigger is, ego is going to step in and say, I need to do something to make me feel better. No, you don't. Ego is going to make you do something so out of yourself that it just feels wrong. Like when I am upset, I tend to smoke a cigarette. That's ego. That's pacifying my ego. That's pacifying a trigger. Why am I upset? The reason why I'm upset is the trigger, like that. And then trigger, then ego comes in along, and then here comes the habit. I'm teaching myself as I'm teaching you. Trust me, as it's coming out of my mouth, I'm like, ooh, Ace, what the heck is going on today? I tend to do that a lot. Pacify my triggers and pacify my egos. And I trigger, then I pacify ego by doing something karmic. Hello. And that's why they say people are getting rid of karma. You hear on the tarot readings, karma, karma, karma this, karma that. Because you got triggered. And then you pacified your ego with something karmic. So my trigger is right now, I feel some kind of way. So then this cigarette right now I'm about to light is my pacifier. But what's karmic is it causes cancer. It causes shortness of breath. It causes you to have shortness of energy. It causes you to not feel yourself. It causes a lot of things. This pacifier. I feel some kind of way. I'm just going to have a drink. Drinking causes liver damage. It causes the inability to think in a proper manner. Unless you're me. I know I'm just playing. I'm playing. But still, it causes a lot of things. People have to stop the trigger. Look, imagine this pen is your trigger and it's laid sideways. But if you stood up to your trigger and put a cap on it, then never shall the pen spill ink. If that makes sense. Triggers, pacifiers, karmic. That's how it works. Like people come and say, oh, I want to know what my ex is doing today. Sorry. The trigger was the ex. The pacifier is tarot. And the karmic is the fact that the wheel of circle. It's a cycle that will never end. As long as that person has an extension of self, like that energy of you. If they didn't come back, think about the realism of it. Why would you want to be with them? You're stronger than they ever were not being with them. Wonder is a trigger. What if is a trigger. All these things are triggers. Make yourself feel like slowly but surely, like say you never rode a bike. When you remember when you were a child and your mother was teaching you how to ride a bike and then you never rode that bike before, you got on that bike and that wheel of the two wheels of that bike is just kept wobbling because you didn't know how to cycle and also steer. Oh, when you first drove a car, like you didn't know which one was the gas or the brake and you hit shit. That's the hardest thing about giving up your karmic cigarettes, drink, beer, wonder, this, that, the other, tarot. You're karmic. It's the hardest thing about giving it up is that knowing that even if you don't have these things, you're gonna live. I've gotta live. No, it's not you're gonna. I have to live. If I don't smoke a cigarette, I still gotta live. If I don't wonder about whether my ex is gonna come back or not, I still gotta live. If I don't drink a drink, I still have to live. I still have to live. I still have to live. So what does life say? Go for the things. If you can't deal with the karma, the truth, the chaos, and the bad, then go where life says perfect, which is uniquely you. Accept those things. Because the most perfect thing in the world, thank you for your like, is you. Like, you're perfect the way you are. And people don't understand these things. God made you in his image of perfection. So then when he made you Hiroshima, he made you perfectly you, uniquely. Go through your chaos. Hey, Miss Bay. Go through your good. Go through your bad. Go through your image of yourself. Go through the good, bad, perfect. And make sure, don't forget to thank God, Source, Universe for every inch of that. Because everyone has good, bad, and perfect. And then everybody has chaos, truth, and the bad. Oh, it's been a bad day. Oh, it's been a truthful, honest day. Oh, it's been so chaotic. So imagine that's what's going on inside you. Sometimes your thoughts, your mental energy can be chaotic. Sometimes it can be really good. Sometimes you can have a great day. Sometimes you can have a okay day. But you don't need another mug. Is he going to come back? Is she going to come back? Let me look at tarot. Because you know what? Tarot is your karmic. It's karma. That's God's way of saying, look, I made you perfectly 33 on the clock the way you are. And if the person that didn't come back doesn't appreciate that, or the person that won't say yes to saying, I hand you my heart, then hello. I guess that's a perfect day for me. Because nothing is better. God don't send you nothing better than a no. Because he says to you, hey, that's me protecting you from their bad energy. Someone that don't want to commit. Someone that don't want to understand who you are. Someone that doesn't see your beauty. Someone that doesn't know that you're legit. Someone that doesn't know you're honest. Someone that knows that I like her, but I know I can get this. Excuse me. I dare you to get that. Because I don't know how the heck you gave up the princess, the prince, the hierophant, the queen, the empress. How did you give up all of this? I'm all of those. And how did you give up all of this for I just don't know? BziB, please. I wish you would. Because you know what? One thing I understand about myself is I'm not going to sit here and be misunderstood. Not misunderstood or misunderstood. I didn't marry understood. Get to know me and love me as I am. I'm a queen. I'm an empress. I'm a king. I'm a goddess. I'm a god. I am one that God made. I didn't need somebody to come behind me because the only person that's working beside me is God, Jesus, source, and universe. Is that about 3 other people? Not to mention my angels and from heaven and above. And I'm going to sit here and expect you to give me validation? Excuse me, one more time. Am I good, bad, better, or good? Bad, better, chaos, thinking? What am I? You know what? I am me. I am I. And when I say I am as I say I am. I am in my name. And I am wonderful. And I am perfect. I is I. One thing, I know this for sure thing. And the person that sit there and look at you and say, you, that's the one person that cannot look at themselves and say, I. What did I do wrong? What is my truth? Don't let people blame stuff on you. Like you ain't the shit. What is my truth? Who am I? If things go down tomorrow, who am I to blame? But I. Because even if you weren't there, I will still have to deal with that. And even if you weren't there, a great day and I made so much goddamn money, I won the lottery, I still have to deal with that. You heard me? I will go buy myself a brand new car. I will. And then you're going to look up at that, hey, baby, what you know what I'm saying? I heard you won the lottery, you know what I'm saying? Gonna come back, you know what I'm saying? I want to know your name. No, you can't come back. Why? Because when I was down looking at the good, perfect, and great, and I was down looking at the chaos and the truth and the bad, when I was down looking at those things, where were you? When I was wondering where you are, where were you? When I was going to tarot readings, wondering if my ex is going to come back, where the fuck were you? That's the question. Where were you when I was wondering when you were going to come back? Where were you when I was wondering when my education is going to be better? Where were you when I was wondering when anything was going to change? Where were you when I was wondering when everything in my life was going to be different? Where were you? Nowhere to be found. I wake up with myself. I go to sleep with myself. I blink these eyes. I breathe this breath. I speak these words. And then my nostrils, you cannot breathe into them unless I drown in the ocean. Where were you? You is not me. I don't care what's in your bank account. I care what's in mine. Because at the end of the day, if you say no, then it leaves me dumb, deaf, and blind. Who is I? But uniquely divine. A person that can do anything at any time. You can stand up or you can sit down. You can wear your crown, or you can bend down to one. Who is I? Don't act like you gotta shut up. Like you ain't got no tongue. Cut mine out then if I ain't got nothing to say. Because God gave me. I promise you. And he gave me knees so I can kneel down and pray. Who is I? Who is I? Who is I? But the perfect one. The one that God gave me. The one. The number one. I don't care how many motherfuckers there is in the street. Who am I? Who am I? And if you love me and I love you, then I love your eye and you love my eye. And that's just it. Don't love me because my face ain't no pussy lips. Excuse me. I just missed. I am I. I am I. I'm a human being. I have thoughts, feelings, I have emotions. I like to go out and do things, find out what those are, find out what we like to do together. We can have a coincide in this that way. But you are not some phallus, and I'm not some chalice. That's not how this works. Because all it does is create babies, and then we're stuck together. And I promise you, if I don't like your you, then we're not staying together. Who am I? I don't like your you. But I just accidentally had a baby, or I forced it into it. And now I regret it because now you won't come back. Fuck. And then who do I blame but I? That's what I'm trying to say. Chivalry for self. Fuck what? Don't open my goddamn door because I open the shit myself. That way, and you know what? If you want to open my door, okay, I'll let you, but at least it shows that you have humanity within you. You know that women were supposed to be your goddess. You would know that I shouldn't be questioning where you are because you're working with us. And in us, understand the meaning of us. This is you, your eye, and my eye makes a two of cups. Us. You have your own cup. I have my own cup. They didn't say a one of cup. An ace of cup is within yourself. Don't get that confused when tarot readers tell you that. An ace of cup is self. But a two of cups is this cup and that cup combining. Understand the intertwining of a two of cups. An ace of cups, even if there was a two of cups, an ace of cups is what it made. We have decided to come together to create one union, one mind. But Thank you. Don't open my door. I open the shit myself. If you do choose to open my door, I really do appreciate you. Don't think about it that way, Miss B, either. If you do open my door, which means your cup and my cup combining, because I'd like you to open it and close it. But if you cannot be this combined unity, don't motherfucking open my door. I'll open the shit myself. If you hear, I have one thing on my mind, sexual behavior. You have one thing on your mind, sexual behavior. Don't open my door. You ain't staying here. You ain't going to be here to the end of the time. But one thing I do know is if you came to me in a proper way, took me to the movies, maybe dated me, try a date, mother. No. Try a date. Try a date. Try to leave me without trying to infiltrate me. Leave me without infiltrating me. Just as an impression. More than one damn date that way. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Miss Bay. Leave me without trying to infiltrate me. Because you're actually trying to take the time to get to know who I is. And you're giving me the time to try to get to know who your I is. So my cup and your cup, right? 2 of cups. And now, if I like my eye, I know I like mine, I love my eye. But you love your eye, then maybe these eyes can combine to create an ace of cups. Does anybody understand these things? I'm giving you an intuitive message of love right now. If you just stick around and listen. Your eye and someone else's eye have to have time. The pinnacles. Pinnacles are time. Pinnacles are time. Swords are time. So cups are love. Fire is energy. So, swords are really thoughts, but it's also thoughts of time as well. It's also thoughts of time. Thank you. Consistency. Pinnacles are consistency. You notice you have to grow a pinnacle, right? So you work and work and work to grow your money. So pinnacles are consistency. Swords are thoughts. So if it says Ace of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords, it's like my thoughts is constantly on money. As higher in the hierarchy it goes, the higher you think about money, love, this, that, and the other. It's not to tell you when your next love is coming like these readers are telling you. It's a lie. Some of it's the truth, but some of it is like the truth and a lie. This person is about to text you right now and ask you about this. But at the same time, the person that texts you be like, can I come over, baby? You know what I'm saying? I just want to talk to you real quick. Then you get the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Swords. That's the thoughts. Like, nah, bitch. I ain't gonna. Do you not know me like this? But then you don't put it down on the communication board, which is why you don't get the Knight of Swords. Because Knight of Swords is communication. The Eight of Wands is communication. You don't communicate these things like, nah, nah. You think it's cute. It's not cute. That ish ain't cute. I'm so sorry. I'll show you on my cell phone right now. Somebody tried to proposition me for 2 dang on days. Tell me, I'll take care of you and give as much money as you want to if you just talk to me and send me pictures of you. How the fuck do you get my number in the first place? Who gave you this? Who gave you my damn number? Where you get my... That's some stalker shit. So if I did come and meet you somewhere, you don't follow me home, and then I end up like raped and abused and messed up. Like, how did you get my number? I may have met you on eHarmony or some dating site. I don't be on dating sites. How did you get my dang on number? Where did you get this number from? My number, one of my numbers is so exclusive. Not even my mama got it. My doctor don't even have it. Where did you get the number from? I mean, I have like a public work phone, a number that everyone has. But I also have a private one. I have another phone that's very private. How did you get my private number? I use that phone for like YouTube, internets, and other stuff. I didn't even give out that number. Where did you get this number from? eHarmony, this, that, and the other, and maybe something else. Have you lost your mind? If I was on any of that number, I give you the public one. That's creepy. Just out of nowhere. You don't even have a saved picture, number, or message on my phone. I don't even know where the heck you came from. Talking about, can you date me and I'll take care of you and let me take you to a hotel. I ain't gonna end up in like your third world country sex slave shit. And not, but y'all know the shit happened. Don't play with me. Y'all women know out there. I don't care what country you from. They'll steal you, take you somewhere else. How did you get this number? Put you on some drug you don't know about. All of a sudden you laying in bed locked up. We all know that happens worldwide. And I don't care what country you're from. They brought the slaves on ship from Africa. It started a long time ago. Way before this stuff started. How did you get my number? Can I meet you? Can I send you? Can you give me your funniest question they ever asked? Can you give me your account number? Look, Rich. I said, who the heck is sending somebody their account number? First of all, nobody does that. Who does that? Everybody on this chat line, write your account number on here. Who does that? I'll prove it to you. Bitch, prove it to my Cash App. About as close to me you getting. And you better hope it's my real name on there. I'm not playing with people. Like, stuff has really been like really messed up. Like, the world is messed up nowadays. Like, there's people stealing people's social security numbers and the people's SSI checks. You would steal from the cripple. You would lie from the poor. And I meant it how I said it. You would lie from the poor. And the shit the government feeds you, that's a whole bunch of BS too. Stop watching the news. I'm trying to tell you. The news is the biggest deceiver. Oh, Jesus. People trying to take everything you got. Everything you got. Everything you believe. The news. I mean, Don't take one coronavirus, take two coronavirus. Then we have a booster that all of them don't do shit. Then they want you to show that you had the don't do shit shots. What the hell? Oh, God, Jesus. And I want you to prove it. The truth, the chaos, and the bad. The truth, the chaos, and the bad. So understand that your life, I am the good, the great, and the perfect. You, yourself, I am the good, the great, and the perfect. Because out of this world is the truth, the bad, and the chaos. The truth is the best this world can give you. Be true to thyself, to thy own self. Be truth. It's on every American exchange currency in this world. To thy own self, be true. It's on the dollar bill, to the dime, to the penny. To thy own self, be true. Because let you not be able to stand on your own 2 feet. Live your own right and live in your own destiny. Someone will take it. Like the American dollar, coin, $5, $100 bill, your bank account. Stand in your own truth. To thine own self be true. And then to thine own self be true. And to thy own self be true. And guess what? That's 2 cups. 2 cups creates a chalice. If you take half of this cup and half of this cup and you put it together, it's a chalice, the Ace of Cups. People don't understand how biblical tarot is. But how outside of yourself you have to think to even understand it. People try to make it seem that it's more simple you make it, the more viewers you get. But the honest God truth is why nobody resonates with it is because they don't understand. Me and my dog. My dog is a Cancer. I'm a Sagittarian. He's the other half of my chalice, at least right now. Eventually, there's going to be a 3 of Cups in this bitch. A third-party energy. Because I'm going to find a lover, somebody I love. And then it's going to be a family, which is 3 of Cups to the 4 of Wands. People have to understand these things. But right now, my dog is my everything. His Ace of Cups and my Ace of Cups. We pull those 2 chalices and cut them in half. Look. A chalice. A chalice. And if I don't recall, the chalice came from the Catholic Bible. The chalice. Even Catholics, they drink out of chalices as of today. And then you go from the chalice, you're absolutely right, Rashima. You go from the chalice to the 8 of Wands, which is communication. Hey, baby. Hi, baby. What are you doing today? I'm doing hi. I want to be with you. You want to be with me? Oh, your husband says, can we get married? Here comes the ring. Hi, Kate. How are you doing, sweet love? So here comes the ring. And then the ring turns into the Four of Wands. Right now, my Four of Wands is my puppy. I am teaching him everything. We're teaching each other how to get along. So we can have our own Four of Wands, our union. So I don't have to get rid of when he goes from a puppy to a dog. I don't have problems. I can keep him until the day he or I die. That way. So that's a union in marriage. A consent. So then when I meet somebody, then, okay, there's going to be a Three of Cups energy or a Three of Wands energy. There's going to be 3 people to have to deal with. And those 3 people, me, you, and my dog. And you have to come with your own cup. And I have to have my own cup. Plus I have to fill my dog's cup. And then I have to fill yours. Or we both have to be willing to take this unit as one. Not only will I fill my dog's cup, but you will fill my dog's cup. Not only will I sleep with you, but you will sleep with me. Not only will I pay for this apartment, but you will pay for this apartment. Not only will I contribute to your life, but you will contribute to mine. The Ace of Cups. So right now, no, my dog can't pay the bills. But emotionally, here's my chalice. He's so sweet. He's something I can give to that gives to me in an emotional way, and it's fulfilling. Even when I don't like what he does and he doesn't like what I do, we still love each other as a union. That's the Four of Wands. And until you take the time, like training a dog, snap your legs together, ladies. Snap that shit right up and take the time to let somebody love your cup. My brain, my mind. I have eyes. I can smell. If you fart under my sheets, I'm gonna smell it. If you know what I'm saying? Like if you poop in my toilet, I'm gonna hear it. I have to accept your cup, and so as shall you accept mine. Because if I fart under my sheets, if I poop in my toilet, if I come with a dog, we all have to coincide. And that's before I sleep with you. Don't put nothing of yours inside of mine until I know what I'm getting myself into. Let's get back to chivalry. And there's a such thing as chastity. You don't have this. You are the key holder to your chastity belt. I didn't bring no condoms. Well, I guess you just gonna have to get the fuck up off me. You are the key to your chastity belt. So if you give it to everybody that wants it, or give it because you think you have to, if you think you have to, hold on. These are my muscles. This is my leg. And I'm crossing them. I have to do what? I don't care if your mom and your daddy. I don't give a damn if it's arranged marriage. I don't give a damn if it was something from yesterday. I have to do what? This is not coming from a harsh place. This is coming from a real place. Really? God, I'm so freaking sick of guys coming to me, asking me for what's in between my legs, and they don't know that it's a chastity belt. You ain't getting none of this. And then they get mad, act like a puppy, a dog, like a pit bull that didn't get no sick. Just sit there, fuck on. You done asked me to take me out to dinner to a movie. A $15 dinner don't make me have to open my. I'm not in my chastity for nobody. Nobody. Until I, because at the end of the day, no matter what you got, I gotta deal with that shit. If I get pregnant, if I get an STD, if I have to deal with that shit. I do. I am the only one to get to go to a women's doctor and have them look between my legs and see all kinds of sores and shit. I do. To tell me because my vagina's leaking or I'm pregnant and now I have to go through some shit for 9 months. So can I please get a goddamn date? Maybe more than one, likely. More than one meal. Can you pick me up in your chariot? Please. Instead of trying to treat me like I'm your wheel of fortune, I'm just going to give you a ride. I'm your chariot. I'm sorry. Do I have 4 wheels? Do I have an engine and some tires? I'm sorry. If I do, you better fill me full of gas. Otherwise, I'm a human. I'm the one that's got to deal with the aftermath. If you break my heart, I have to deal with that too. If I have to wonder where you are, I got to go to tarot, I've got to deal with that. You've made another crack in what could be a beautiful face. Because it takes more energy to frown than it does to smile. And frowning, it brings on that ugly face. That old, that look. I got a wrinkle right here. That way. You ain't making me ugly. You ain't gonna make me mad. You ain't gonna make me depressed, sad, sitting in my bed, eating the ice cream, getting fat. You're not about to make me nothing. If I'm about to do something, I'm gonna do it on my own, by my own self, and be content. And that's my story. And this doesn't come from a hurt place. It comes from a place of glory. Because I glorify myself now. The pedestal that I once had someone else on, I put myself on. That's the difference. I put myself on that goddamn pedestal that I had everyone else on. My mom, my dad, my sisters, my brothers. I have 2 goddamn families. I have everything else and all the others. I am the most popular person in this city. Not to mention, I'm worldwide known. I put myself, though, on this pedestal and dropped everything else. Thank you for your confirmation, because I wanted for once in my life to love myself when nobody else would. I wanted to love myself. My heart beat by myself. No one's going to make this heart beat every day for the things that I love and the things that I do but me. And I wanted to cherish that. And that is my Ace of Pentacles. Is to cherish me for once and not give all of my energy, all of my love, all of my foresight, all of myself, all of my insight, all of my outsides to someone else. I mean, these people didn't even love themselves. I gave my energy, 1/11/01. I gave my all of my Ace of Wands to someone else, and it burdened me, and it hurt me, and it distorted me, and it used me, and it lied to me, and it because I wasn't an I. I wasn't an I. I didn't know who is I. Who is I? I didn't know who I was. Now I do. And now I want somebody to come with their own I. I'll respect that more than somebody that's coming broken that I have to fix, or I have to wonder where the heck they went. And that's the moral of the story of who is I. At this point, I'm so okay with me. I don't care where you went. I don't care what you have to pay. I don't care what's in your bank account. Because I may not have much, but I am enough for me. Because ain't nobody gonna blink these eyes but I. That way. And people don't stick around to listen to these kinds of things because they're so stuck. 13 on the clock. And 13, 4, 3, and 1 is 4. People are so stuck on bullshit that they don't understand who I is to even understand the messages they're receiving from these guidances. They don't even know themselves, nor do they know who they are around. The people, persons, places, and things. And I say people because people are people. Persons, a dog is a person. A place is a place that you frequent, and the things are your possessions and habits. Who is I? Who is I? And there's not enough people in this room to stand up and say, I am here. I am wonderful. I am perfect. I am glad to be me. And that's what the Almighty wants you to know, understand, love about yourself, and believe. Is that we all have to stand up in fortune. You want your 4 wands, your commitment? Start by committing to yourself. Who is I? Figure that part out. So you can have a cup. Who am I? So you have a cup. And then what about the person that comes to me? Do they have a cup? Or do I have to raise them from a knight, a page? They a page. And I got a cup. I had a whole cup of love. But they a page. How you gonna be an ace of cups? Your love for yourself. And then be with a page. Somebody you have to grow into another cup. So you can have a two of cups. It's more work than a little bit. Not saying it can't be done. I've seen it. I've done it. My ex-wife of 13 years contacted me today. And for once, I had to raise my cup and say, girl, I love you so much. And I'm so sorry that you went off and just did what you did. And then you didn't start after what you sought after. But you cannot sit here and keep contacting me for no goddamn reason. Because when I do, I got my cup. I got my cup, And then I want somebody, when I find my other cup, I don't want you still contacting me, trying to spill my cups over like the what is it, 5 of cups. I don't want a 5 of cup, nothing. I got my cup. See my cup? Do you see this goddamn cup? Do you see this cup, girl? I want somebody with a cup. Y'all don't come out here this page. You better come out here and that stuff. So I'm gonna ask the cup by my goddamn self. You see my cup? Don't come with your page stuff. Because you were a page when I left you and you're still a page now. I don't get it. Because I created a cup and you stayed a page. And I told you this entire time, you need to become a cup, girl. I told you, see my cup? See my cup? You need to become a cup. So I can be a cup and we can be a cup. We have nice cups. But you sat over there this whole goddamn time and stayed a page. Well, I'm creating a cup and now you want to infiltrate my cup? Look, girl. Not even a woman, and I ain't even calling it. Look, girl. And then you gonna be a page and then create 2 kids with another page, and that page don't even want nothing to do with you because it's a page, and then you want to bring your page ass and your 2 kids over here to fuck up my cup. My cup of love I have. No! I want my cup and somebody else to have a cup. And until somebody has that cup, no. I don't mind being celibate. I don't mind being after and by myself. I don't mind every once in a while if I want to touch 19 to have a slight one night stand, but you better have 2 condoms fucking with me and get the fuck out in the morning. I don't mind because nobody has a cup yet that I just want to drink out of. I don't want to make your cup and my cup a chalice. Is every time I meet somebody, there's a whole bunch of BS coming behind it. I got a cup. And I'm not about to give it to a page. Tired of any court, page of cups, page of wands, page of pentacles, page of swords. I got got a whole ass cup. I'm a hierophant. I'm a queen. I'm a king. I'm up there in the courts. I'm not about to waste my energy building somebody else up. I'm just not. I'm not about to do that. I can't. Because you know what? Do you know how long it took me to get here? I mean, some years to get to where I'm just like, can I ask you about, let me see the, no, I'm not waiting for the red flags, but hold on. I've only known you for a second and you're showing all of them. So let me ask you about them. All of a sudden, oh yeah, I gotta go. I gotta pay off this few 5-6 warrants I got. Come out of nowhere. You got warrants. If I go back to my hometown, I gotta sit for a little while. You gotta sit. How long does sit? Maybe like a couple, 2, 3, 4 years. What'd you do to have to sit in jail that long? I mean, get the fuck on. And that's why I kept my legs closed. Thank you for the one night. I appreciate you. After that, he came out for like 4 days. I'm bad for one night. But you know what? I accept the one night because I've been celibate. And a mug needs some kind of touching every once in a while. But every once in a whole ass while. A whole ass while. 6 to 8 months. I might need somebody. As many offers as I get. I just said yes to one. Does that make me bad? But I know one thing. I don't want the story. You was trying to get it. I ain't about to raise you, little kid. I am a king, a queen, a hierophant, the justice. I don't have to raise no page. With a whole bunch of 10 of wands. Sorry. No. I'm not going to raise you. You have a dime, a dollar, a penny to your name. I work full time, come home and work. And then I have a dog and work. I have to clean my house and work. I have to, wash my behind and work. And that's before I even get to go to sleep when I'm thinking about work the next day. And you haven't even started to think about what you got to do for yourself while you're sleeping on somebody else's something or another. I don't think so. You ain't about to just be a page and then come and be a king, not from my house. You want to be a king coming in my house, not become a king in my house. Those are 3 different things. And I mean 3. Because the latter of them, I don't even want to see. Or I fall to your level. I just, baby, no. So this is not from a hurt place. This is from a place of know your worth. Plant your feet in your life. Trust in God, source, universe, and all of them, your ancestors and your guides. and believe. Plant your feet where you are. And every time you take a step up, plant those motherfucking feet. Plant your feet where you are. Every time you take a step up, plant your feet. And expect whoever come towards you, have their feet planted too. If you don't, have you plant, there's a difference between planting roots and playing in sand. And you keep playing, if your feet are made of sand, every time the wind blows, the sand can move. But if you plant yourself with roots, say, this is who I am. This is what I've built. This is where I'm going. All you can go is exactly, Rashima, up from there. And don't ever forget that. Go up. Don't go down. Don't take less than your worth. Wear your crown. You would build yourself to a queen. Freaking wear that crown till that crown is a king. Because you know what? I don't give a what sex you are. You can be more powerful than the one under you. And understand that there's such thing. No matter where you are in life, there's somebody under you. There's starving kids in Rwanda. Heard? Why you got your refrigerator full and wonder where you going? Plant your feet where you are and walk. Stand. Stand and be heard and be counted. Because you're important in this world. No matter what anybody tells you, you count. You're loved. You're anointed. You're blessed. You have a cup. Wait for somebody to have theirs. Other than that, plant your feet. Root yourself. And don't forget, you don't got to give your cup of love to nobody that don't deserve it. Anything you do from here on out, now that you've heard this, is a choice. A one-night stand don't mean that they deserve your cup. A one-night stand means, thank you, Stan. Bye. Stand and be counted because you are anointed. Everyone needs, if you don't want no one-night stand, hi, Stand, how you doing? Go get you, or go to the nearest sex shop and get you something to enjoy yourself. Because, how do I put this? The real way. Orgasm is the best form of release. Stress, anxiety, anger, frustration, all those Asians. Give yourself about a multi of them. Think about everything that Asians you and give yourself an orgasm for it. And if it's not withstand, have it by yourself, but at least make sure you get about 4 of them before you know, I only got until the next morning, I better get him in. Because I sure don't want him to think he can stay. Or I sure don't want her to think she can stay. Or I don't want to still be doing this in the morning. Like, get rid of those frustration. Like, we have a lot of chums. And there's plenty of stands out there. But don't sit down. No. Let your roots be your roots, though. Like, for real, stand and let your roots be your roots. People think you're guarded and fucked up and hurt. Nah, bitch. I'm not none of that. I'm really not. Like the dude the other day, life's something, like you just hurt. No, I'm really not. What I am is rooted. I'm rooted. I created roots in myself. And I said, I am not going to accept nothing but the best. Because I deserve the best. I'm rooted. You just this. I got something all the time. You just don't. I tell them, if I don't like them, I tell them I only date women. So you just been hurt by men. No, I'm rooted. I know what I want. I tell very few men that I actually will tilt to the other side sometimes. Why? Because I'll never get rid of them. It'll be one after another, after another, after another, after another. And then they won't stop calling. They won't stop doing this. They won't stop 2 days on a man I ain't never slept with. They won't stop. I ain't even never talk to them. They text message me out of nowhere. I don't even know you have my goddamn number. No. I am rooted. No, you can't pay me for nothing. I'm not a prostitute. I work for my own shit. Thank you. So as if I gotta send you a picture of my cooch. It's fine. All this right here. See all this? See all this? It's mine. All this sexy is mine. So no, you can't have this at any point in any time. And don't let me snatch my body up, because when I snatch my body up, you really gonna want this shit, and I'm still gonna tell you no. I just feel like eating fat food. I really do, for a long time. I feel like I deprived myself from so much for somebody else. I really just don't give a shit no more. But I still eat healthy stuff. So I don't have nothing wrong, but it doesn't mean it's not fattening. Like I constantly eat cheese. Consistently. It's so bad. I have a cheese habit. And cheese is bad for you. It really is. Especially processed cheese. But so anyway, moving right along. I'm done preaching because I've been preaching for an hour and a half. I can do those things. But I want everybody to know, thank you for joining. Especially you, Rashama. I know you believe you're a believer and you understand what I'm trying to say, and you're a message receiver, which means you're probably clairaudient. I would think about that. But don't give yourself to just anybody just because they think that they deserve it, or they are, I don't know, what do you call it? What's the word for it? It's not an ownership. It's a just because at any point in time. Don't. I'd rather clamp my legs than end up with an HIV positive test. Tell me you got AIDS first. I mean, it's going to take you a long time to tell me that. Not that, I'm not saying that some people with AIDS can transmit it or nothing like that, but I'm not saying it's just the STD period. And I shouldn't really be seeing up under your clothes if if you're like a real person, I should just be told, I don't know what's going on with me. Let's go to the doctor, baby. How about this? It takes 2 weeks. Let's go get tested. It takes 2 weeks to get our test back. In those 2 weeks, let's date. And see how many times he called back, come up with excuses to get the fuck out of here. Period. Irish. Thank you very much for coming. Everybody else, thank you very much for showing up. This is Ace of Wands for Hierophant. I thank you very much for your likes, loves, comments, and subscriptions. Much love to you. Please stay blessed. Love yourself first. Because if you don't, ain't nobody else gonna do it. Stay claircognizant, audient, intuitive. Follow your own mind. Listen to your intuition and all that good shit. Because you know what? I promise you, if you listen to somebody else tell you what to do, they don't have no common sense. Much love to you.